In my recent video on the 10 best ingredients to fight hyperpigmentation, I realized that 2 mentioned didn't have a dedicated video yet: licorice root extract and kojic acid. Time to change that, especially now that many of us are struggling with leftover pigmentation from our summer holidays, starting with licorice root, or Süßholz as we in Germany call it. Let's talk about why licorice root extract could be beneficial for hyperpigmentation, if it also helps against acne, what you need to look for in your products, and which percentage is actually the best one. Is it an ingredient you have experience with? If you're new here, welcome. I'm Dr. Anne, a physician passionate about skincare and well-aging. Licorice is a herb that is native to the Mediterranean region, central to southern Russia and Asia Minor to Iran, but it is nowadays widely cultivated around the world. Its root has long been used in herbal medicine for a variety of things and as a natural sweetener, and it's not uncommon to see people chew on licorice root as a treat. When we refer to licorice root extract in skincare, we usually refer to the alcoholic extract from the root of Licorice glabra, but there are 30 different species of this plant with different compounds, all of which could potentially be used to create an extract. Traditionally, licorice root extract has been used to treat inflammatory and allergic skin conditions, infections, and wounds, but the more recent focus lies on its effect against various forms of hyperpigmentation like age spots or melasma. Various compounds of Licorice glabra seem to have anti-inflammatory effects through an effect on the body's own glucocorticoids. They slow down the rate by which they are metabolized, meaning the glucocorticoids stay around longer and have their anti-inflammatory effect for longer, as well as through antioxidant activity. Other compounds inhibit melanin production by inhibiting tyrosinase, an enzyme needed to build the melanin pigment, with some of them also having an effect on melanin distribution to the cells. In short, licorice root extract can reduce inflammation from acne or other conditions, reduce the amount of post-inflammatory erythema or hyperpigmentation via that, and has an effect on already existing hyperpigmentation. It also seems to help with skin healing after burns. There are various studies done on the effects of licorice root extract in skincare and its individual compounds, most of them either in vitro or on animals. Since 1976, when glabridine as component of the extract was first described, more and more studies have focused on individual components rather than the extract that can, as we all know, greatly vary in what it actually contains. The main problem we have with the data available is that concentrations used and method of application varied, making it difficult to compare results. What we can say though is that glabridine as one component has shown anti-inflammatory and antioxidant effects, and in higher concentrations acts as tyrosinase inhibitor, as does glabrine, and that isoliquiritigenin act as tyrosinase inhibitors, as well as hindering the distribution of melanin to the cells. The actual best form of topical application for effects on the skin is also still under investigation, with promising results with liposomes and hyalurosomes. Plain application without any extra seems to get you results as well though. Licorice root extract applied topical is actually very safe. The only thing that might happen is that you are allergic to one or several components, so patch test is always recommended. There are no warnings against applying it during pregnancy or breastfeeding, obviously including the area you are actually breastfeeding with. You don't want your baby to eat your skincare. Oral licorice root, especially when consumed in large amounts, can have serious side effects with severe hypertension or high blood pressure and blood electrolyte disturbance. Not a concern for me. I think it tastes absolutely vile anyway, but something to keep in mind when you like to chew on it. The ideal percentage of licorice root extract to look for in your skincare is hard to tell. There was one study comparing the effects on hyperpigmentation in actual people using a 10%, a 20%, and a 40% concentration cream that showed the best effect at 10%, but this study was small and the amount of active components not determined, meaning we lack important data as extracts can vary greatly in strength. In cosmetics, something called glabridine 40 is often used, which is the extract enriched with glabridine as active components. But Quite frankly, most brands won't tell you the percentage anyway, which is fair as I wouldn't be able to recommend you one to look for. When you try to determine by looking at the ingredient list which products could potentially be good for you, look for licorice root extract, for glycyrrhiza glabra extract, for dipotassium glycyrrhizate, for glabridine, for glabridine 40, for glabrene, or for isoliquiritiquinine. All these give you information that there is either licorice root extract or one of its active components inside. Especially when you want an effect on your hyperpigmentation, added glabridine is potentially helpful as it works as tyrosinase inhibitor better in higher concentrations. Licorice root extract is a very stable ingredient and can be paired with anything without you needing to worry about side effects. The only thing it doesn't like is an alkaline environment, so a pH higher than 7. It also loses its antioxidant potential when exposed to oxygen for larger periods of time, same as any other antioxidant would, but not as quickly as vitamin C does. The anti-inflammatory effect licorice root extract and especially glabridine have make it interesting for use in acne to prevent both post-inflammatory erythema and post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. Less inflammation means less residues. Another potential beneficial effect, but we only have very weak data on, is that another component of the licorice root extract, licochalcone A, regulates sebum production, which could help with acne. In summary, it might be helpful but only as additive, not as first-line treatment for acne or post-inflammatory erythema. Now, before I tell you some products that contain licorice root extract, let me first quickly address the question if single-ingredient formulas or multi-ingredient formulas are better. The answer is, it depends. While a high concentration in glabridine will probably yield better results when it comes to targeting hyperpigmentation, I personally would reach for multi-ingredient products for the following reason. Pigmentation needs a multi-step approach, and among the ones with potential benefits, licorice root is surely not the most potent. But too many steps simply mean that you are less likely to do them all, so having your main player, in my case tretinoin and vitamin C, separate, and combining other helpful ingredients like tranexamic acid, alpha-arbutin, niacinamide, or licorice root extract in another is the most efficient way to go. Same goes for soothing the skin. Here a combination with Centella asiatica, green tea, and panthenol would be promising. With that in mind, here are a few products. Face Theory Exaglow S10 Serum combining tranexamic acid, lactic acid, licorice root extract, and the vitamin C derivative. It has a really nice lightweight texture, so great for layering. The Alpha H Advocat Vitamin C Serum combines it with a vitamin C derivative, and the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Moisturizer has some added as well. If soothing the skin is what you are looking for, the Purito Centella Unscented Serum pairs it with Centella asiatica as well as green tea extract, and the same is true for the Beauty of Joseon Calming Serum, pairing it with green tea and panthenol. But honestly, it is in a lot of products for soothing and brightening already. Fun fact, it is, together with aloe vera extract, the botanical extract most commonly used in sunscreens, so best check your products, you might be using it already. Licorice root extract has long been used in traditional medicine to treat different skin diseases and has more recently gained traction to target hyperpigmentation and to soothe the skin. The main player here seems to be glabridine, which has anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties, but at higher concentration also inhibits melanin production by inhibiting tyrosinase, but other components of the extract seem to hinder melanin production and distribution as well. While oral overconsumption could have severe side effects, topical application is generally safe for everyone, pregnancy and breastfeeding included, and easy to combine with other ingredients as it is very stable. If you're looking for skin soothing or skin brightening, it might be an interesting ingredient to add to your other actives. If there is anything you would like to add, please do so in the comments below. I will link to more videos you might find interesting on the screen, and add links to my Instagram blog and Patreon account in the description box. See you soon, bye!